Good morning, this is Deanna from Deanna's Permaculture Paradise, and today I want to talk about my cucumbers. Welcome to Cucumber Castle. I made this for my granddaughters. They love cucumbers. I love cucumbers. I've done this in the past in Hoops where I work, and I wanted to try it here. We've done it at my mom's location, and so I wanted to try it for myself. So I'm calling it for the girls Cucumber Castle. So our nemesis for cucumbers is cucumber beetles. And sometimes when you first start a garden that you haven't had one for a while, the pests don't know where you are or they haven't laid their eggs there. But I was hoping I'd get by, but not this year. I saw some cucumber beetles. And these were doing so well, and I was starting to freak out because I really wanted it to be great for my granddaughters, and so I want to share what I've been doing for the cucumber beetles. First thing, I was so freaked out. I don't really like squishing bugs or anything, but hey, when it's your kids, and these are my kids, women especially, you can turn into mama bear even with your plants. So I was like, don't eat my cucumber. I'm smashing them, finding them, smashing them. You know, it's kind of gross, but I was like, hey, the first ones I saw, I didn't want them to lay eggs or anything. So then I remembered what I told my mom to do. I remembered my advice, and she had this, and we were vacuuming them off. You got to catch them like right now, just up to an hour before, after sunrise, because then they start flying around too fast, because they fly. So if you can see them, there's not too many left now, I'll tell you why, but you see them, suck them up. They started flying out, so I had to put my finger over the end until I could dump them into some soapy water. But it worked pretty good for, not too many. Sometimes you might suck up a flower or something, but it's worth it. I was catching them in the morning as they were waking up and basking. Because if you can catch them when you don't have too many, before they mate and lay eggs. Oh, there's a 2 for 1, 2 for 1. Mating pair, 2 for 1. This battery didn't last so long, and with having a kid who is fascinated by vacuum cleaners, this is the only handheld cordless vac we have. He probably has over 100 different uprights and canisters, but this, only one. Oh, a huge squash bug. Let's see if it gets it. Yuck! Squash bugs are next. And even though I said, yeah, I turn into mama bear mode, I still would I have to squish those. But they're starting to get on my zucchini now, so I'm keeping an eye on them right now. There, I sucked one out of a flower. He was down in a flower. So this is one thing you can do besides the squishing method, which my friend Dawn calls it the PTO method. Pick them off. Because, I'm assuming that you guys understand that I don't want to use chemicals and chemical sprays. I might use a botanical spray, and dish soap is supposed to work on squash bugs. Just spray them directly with some very diluted dish soap. I was just watching some videos last night. They said for a 32-ounce spray bottle, 1 tablespoon to start with, and it kind of coats them, and then they die, but it doesn't really hurt the plants. You don't want to spray the whole plant, just spray each one. But, okay, so PTO, squishing, vacuuming, all great, but I was getting a little freaked out because my crop is so great. I didn't show you my crop, but I took to the market 2 pretty big binfuls of picklers and market mores, and I've been eating them, and any big ones that I forget or wonky ones. I saw a wonky one that's grown kind of weird here. Then we'll make relish out of those. So, and the girls haven't been here yet to Cucumber Castle, so I have to keep it good till I can make it. So I'll show you what I did here. Let me get the camera. Aaron's gonna be mad I broke his little camera holder, but I'll buy him another one. Okay, so then I looked up cucumber beetle traps or killers or something just in case. I got this pheromone trap. This worked pretty good. You can use just sticky traps. They are attracted to the yellow. But this one has a pheromone you hang in there. And I thought you were supposed to take it out of this wrapper thing. But I think that's for your protection so you don't get it on you. I mean, it's not a horrible smell. It's not a pleasant smell either. It's kind of almost like, you know, have you ever smelled that like sickeningly sweet smell? It's kind of sweet smelling but gross at the same time. Kind of a mild version of that. And then the outside is sticky. So anyway, just leave it inside the thing. And I could smell it when I got about, I don't know, 100 feet away. I could smell it. It's supposed to work within 2,000 square feet. So when I first put it up last evening, the sun was going down. It was about like this bright outside. And I set it up. And I was thinking, oh, I was hoping they would just all flock to it instantly. Well, but within 15 minutes, it had like 8 on it already. But then when I woke up this morning, I was very pleased to see all this. But these aren't cheap. I think 2 of these with shipping and everything was like 20 bucks or 10 bucks each. But you can monitor and then see how many you have too. You can also just get plain sticky traps, but I really wanted to try this. So they were attracted to the other side more than this side. But I'm going to leave this one on. It says leave them on until it's totally full. And then put a new one up. I only got 2, but I think I might look for deals on them in the off season and stock up because it's very nice because you can see them. So, I was going to try to see some little gherkins forming. So hopefully by the time the girls come, I have 3 kinds. So I've been able to share with a lot of my friends too. So I have mostly picklers, the little pickler cucumbers. So I like to eat those. I mean, like that one is like perfect size. I like to get them really when they're young. Oh, here's a size comparison. Well, my hand's small, you know, but that's a size comparison. Oh, yeah. I need to get out here and pick because you blink, by evening he's gonna be too big. Oh, I missed him yesterday. That one hiding back in there. Missed him. So if you miss him, look, blink of an eye. Yesterday I thought he was too small. Sometimes I pick in the evening too. Oh, a bunch of good ones in here. Gotta get these now. But who gets these? I'm running out of stuff to make. I did make the old-fashioned brine lacto-fermented pickles. Dan said his dad used to make those, so he was the expert on when those were done. It only took like 4 days. Oh, these are one of those like thin skin kind. A lot of times some kind of borer or leaf miner get on these and they don't look so hot, but they are good with the thin skin. So I only have a couple of those. This is the market mores. Those are like what you see in the grocery store. Let's see if I picked a bunch of these yesterday, but I'm sure I missed one. Oh, I had some growing down the aisle. Sorry about my finger there, sorry. So you probably recognize these, the market mores. I left him yesterday. I'm like, one more day, and yep, he's ready. But yeah, you gotta check them or they get too big on you. You don't like them all big and seedy. So that's Cucumber Castle. Eventually it's supposed to be like, you know, up and over, but they are easier to pick. But one thing, I mean, when they send out shoots on the side like this, they do put roots down to get nutrients. So that's one disadvantage, but I kind of been doing, you know, let some crawl and let some climb. And they've been doing pretty good, except I think I showed you on that side how there's plastic underneath, and I didn't know about it when I put this down, or weed block that was underneath, layers of soil. And so that side's not doing as hot as, yeah, this side's pretty lush. Well, I also wanted to show you that this is the zucchini patch, and the cucumber beetles are attracted to these gorgeous yellow flowers. And I don't know if I showed you or I was just showing Dan that there's a difference between the male and female flowers. This is a male flower. It has no bulbous ovary. It looks like basically a tiny zucchini. But the cucumber beetles are attracted. Whoa, look at that beauty. And you can eat the squash blossoms. I'm just not doing that right now. I got too much to figure out. But if there's a bulbous thing at the base of the flower, this one's already forming. Sorry. That's actually attached to the flower. But they're small. I mean, they start out like a cute, tiny, tiny one. But there's a lot of male flowers. So if the cucumber beetles were forming into a yellow flower that was a male, I was just pulling them off and squishing them and putting them in soapy water. But I would have to wait till the bees are out of there, because I have a few pollinators. I have some native bees. I have neighboring bees, because Aaron said a neighbor up the road has bees. So it looks like there's kind of a type of honeybee, and then the bigger mason bees, they're a solitary bee. And then you look like a native bee. I've been trying to really learn the native bees. People keep talking about, you know, honeybees and all that, but there are so many varieties of native bees. There's a cucumber beetle in there, but a few days ago, like, this would be filled with like 10 of them early in the morning. I just squished that one. Yuck. I'm seeing less and less, but I have seen a couple different kinds of squash bug type. There's a few different kinds, but see, there's some cucumber beetles in there, but they're getting less and less. So I think I've found it. I was wondering if I should set up one of those pheromone traps in this garden here. But I think I'm just going to keep an eye on it for now. Because they seem to be getting less and less. But, you know, I'm still learning about their life cycle, because apparently they mate and then they lay eggs down under the ground, and then the larvae live there, and then they emerge, but then they can come back the next year. So anyway, I don't know if they've already laid eggs or not. So we'll end with a picture of this beauty. This is a different type of zucchini. It's a striped zucchini. He is a huge vine, but he hasn't produced many zucchinis. Whereas the traditional dark green, smaller vine, but producing more zucchinis. And people seem to like, I mean, at least at the market, they seem to like what they're familiar with. So that's one vine there, smaller vine there, bigger producer. This has an interesting taste. I mean, if you're a zucchini connoisseur and you can kind of taste little differences, it has a little bit more flavor than this, but it's still just zucchini flavor. But I made a zucchini lasagna thing last night that was sliced zucchini that was sliced a long ways up and down in place of lasagna noodles. But I had it pretty meaty and pretty saucy. So Dan and Aaron actually ate it. I think it was all gone. I made a 9x13 pan. So at least I know I can make that again. Anyway, beautiful morning. Thank you for sharing this experience with me. My family and friends who have liked my page. This is going to be ongoing forever. I will always be doing some improvement or changing or tweaking. You know that. That's just how I am. And hopefully a lot of people can get benefit from this information I'm sharing, from what I actually produce, from what I'm learning that I can share with students that I teach, kind of my own experiment. So thank you for joining me on this journey. Have a beautiful day.